WWE RAW this week begins with the pre-show arrivals. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes is in the arena. Women's World Champion IYO SKY is here. Seth Freakin Rollins is shown walking backstage. CM Punk is also in the arena. Main event, Jey Uso is in the arena concourse with a bunch of rowdy New Yorkers. Uso's fired up to be in New York City. Jey Uso enters the arena. Over 19,000 fans in Madison Square Garden join in to yeet with him. Andrew Schulz is shown at ringside. Jey Uso defeated Grayson Waller by pinfall. Jey Uso celebrates but is ambushed by Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, leading to a 2-on-1 assault despite fighting back and hitting his signature moves. Uso's ultimately taken down by Gunther, who locks him in a sleeper hold and leaves him unconscious before WrestleMania. Seth, Freakin Rollins, and CM Punk are shown in their locker rooms preparing for their steel cage match later tonight. Main event, Jey Uso's getting iced up in the trainer's room. Alpha Academy comes in to check on him. They show off the exclusive Travis Scott Cactus Jack collaboration shirt. Logan Paul enters Madison Square Garden to loud boos, tearing the shirt off a fan before boasting about his status alongside The Rock and John Cena. He criticizes Cody Rhodes for rejecting The Rock's offer, declaring that he is willing to do whatever it takes to succeed as he embraces his celebrity status. Logan Paul invites Andrew Schulz to speak at Madison Square Garden, expecting praise, but Schulz instead says no one is there to see Paul. He hypes up New York City as a real wrestling town and declares that he came to see AJ Styles, earning loud cheers from the crowd. Logan Paul, furious at Andrew Schulz, drags him into the ring for a suplex, but AJ Styles rushes in and takes Paul down with a phenomenal forearm. As Paul retreats, Styles calls him out for claiming he never runs from opportunities, but Paul keeps walking away. Styles then celebrates with Schulz in the ring while Paul looks back but refuses to return. Later tonight, Michael Cole will interview Women's World Champion IYO SKY. The New Day makes their entrance. Freddie Roach, Hall of Fame boxing trainer, is at ringside. King Callum Walsh, an undefeated professional boxer, sits beside him. Bruno Sammartino versus Ivan Koloff in a steel cage match at Madison Square Garden from 1975. That aired live on HBO back in the day. NXT Champion Oba Femi is at ringside. The New Day and LWO engage in an intense tornado tag match with high-flying moves and brutal ringside brawls. After a surprise attack by a masked Chad Gable on Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee, Kingston, and Woods capitalize, hitting a backbreaker and double stomp combo for the victory. Finn Balor is frustrated backstage, especially with Carlito's distractions, but his mood shifts when Dominic Mysterio secures him an Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker next week. As Balor walks off confidently, Liv Morgan questions Mysterio's faith in him. Peter Rosenberg, the voice of WWE Evolve, is at ringside. Fabulous two-time Grammy-nominated rapper is also at ringside. Finally, we see Macaulay Culkin, who gets a big ovation. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes receives a massive ovation as the crowd sings his theme, while he enters the arena still recovering from a black eye and a busted eardrum from Travis Scott's punch. Rhodes prepares to address the audience next. Cody Rhodes hypes up his WrestleMania 41 title defense against John Cena in Madison Square Garden, calling it the center of the WWE Universe. He criticizes Cena for skipping the event, noting that the same man who once had legendary moments in MSG is now choosing to be in Belgium instead. Cody Rhodes takes shots at John Cena, criticizing him for attacking with backup and for his social media post about discipline. He declares that the business has changed, and at WrestleMania 41, he will break his hero's heart, proving that he is now in charge. Coming up next, Raquel Rodriguez battles Bayley. As Bayley walks backstage, she passes Natalya, who's talking to Maxine Dupree. Allianz is at ringside. We also see real estate agents from Selling the City. They're excited to be on the Titantron. Rich the Kid is also at ringside. Finally, we see Amanda Serrano, who had a fantastic fight against Katie Taylor last year. They'll battle on Netflix on July 11th. Next week on Raw, Cody Rhodes and John Cena will be in the same building. The event takes place in Brussels, Belgium. Raquel Rodriguez battles Bayley in a hard-fought match to determine the number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Despite Bayley's resilience and high-impact offense, Rodriguez overpowers her, delivering a devastating Tashana bomb for the victory. With this win, Rodriguez earns a title shot against Lyra Valkyria. Kathy Kelly questions Chad Gable about attacking Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a lucha mask, but Gable denies involvement, mocking the idea of a fan jumping the barricade. Meanwhile, WWE security is seen escorting the masked man out of the arena. Women's World Champion IYO SKY is with Dakota Kai. Sky then heads to the ring for an interview with Michael Cole. William Jackson Harper is at ringside. He's on a Netflix show. Chris Diaz, a Tony-nominated writer for Hell's Kitchen, is showcased. Josh Segar is at ringside. Rapper Nardo Wick is also in attendance. Michael Cole welcomes new Women's World Champion IYO SKY, who expresses her excitement about achieving her dream and heading to WrestleMania as champion. As she celebrates, Cole introduces her WrestleMania opponent, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair congratulates IYO SKY in her title win, but appears less enthusiastic than usual, acknowledging their upcoming WrestleMania match. When asked if Rhea Ripley would still be champion without her interference, Belair dismisses the drama and warns that Ripley won't touch her without consequences. Rhea Ripley confronts Bianca Belair, questioning why she was at ringside during her match and accusing her of fearing she can't beat Ripley. Tensions rise as they go face-to-face, with Sky trying to intervene but getting shoved by both women as the confrontation escalates. IYO SKY slaps both Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, asserting that she will not be an afterthought. She then storms off, demanding respect. Next week on Raw, the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes and John Cena under one roof. No holds barred. Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser main event. Jey Uso versus Austin Theory. Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. And WWE Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. CM Punk and Seth Rollins are shown walking backstage on a split screen. Rollins then makes his entrance into Madison Square Garden as the crowd loudly sings his theme. NXT Women's North American Champion Stephanie Baker's at ringside. Her opponent tomorrow on NXT Women's Champion Julia is also at ringside. Seth Rollins and CM Punk engaged in a brutal steel cage match, exchanging multiple finishers and near falls in front of an electric Madison Square Garden crowd. In the end, Roman Reigns interfered by pulling Rollins out of the cage, giving him the victory by escape. Roman Reigns returned and viciously attacked Seth Rollins, hitting him with a Superman punch, a spear, and a stomp on the floor. The crowd erupted as Reigns got payback for Rollins' attacks at the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns attacked both Seth Rollins and CM Punk, spearing Punk after seeing Paul Heyman embrace him. As the show ended, Reigns stood tall with his finger in the air while the crowd chanted, OTC. In the end, don't forget to like, share your opinion with me in the comments, and subscribe to stay entertained.